Starbucks management.
That would be Zagbad Salami, aka Basmati rice slop fingers, and the future mayor of New York City picketing with Starbucks workers today, which happened to be the exact same day that this happened. Starbucks closes dozens of New York City coffee shops. And one day after this happened, Starbucks closed over 450 locations this week, and their stock is down for the last 5 years. And these people who expect a salary for serving crumpets and pouring drinks are about to picket themselves right out of a job.
I stand here today to practice with these workers, and if you force these workers to go on strike, then I will be there with them on that strike as well.
So let me get this straight. The socialist mayor of New York City who never had a job is going to shake down a multinational conglomerate for what? A couple dollars per hour? Starbucks already has a national minimum wage of $15 an hour, which is already well above what it needs to be legally. And in New York City, they're already making around 20 because this is not meant to be a career. If the mayor of New York City really wanted to help low-wage workers in New York City, not just the ones at Starbucks, he could do so by lowering their sky-high taxes, which would certainly garner them much more benefit than this headline-garnering performative slop. These jobs will be replaced by machines in the very near future, expedited by behaviors just like this. Starbucks has over 700 locations in New York City and over 40,000 locations around the globe. With restructuring on the way, some investments in tech, and persistent issues from employees doing things like picketing, soon these people will have no job at all, which will only temporarily shift the market share for coffee in New York City to the next biggest player temporarily until the tech comes in, and then all the mom and pops will be completely run out of business because they won't be able to compete with the tech stack and hardware investments that only large corporations will be able to afford. And just like that, performative slop fingers will have achieved the exact opposite of his stated intent. Nothing is more 2025 than a socialist who doesn't understand business appealing to a bunch of hourly baristas that have a limited understanding of business about how he's going to stand next to them for 5 weeks until he gets nominated, and he can ruin the rest of the city as well. The single largest expense for low-wage workers in New York City, Starbucks baristas included, is the cost of housing, which is especially high and cost-prohibitive in New York City specifically because of governance. And his specific genius plan for solving this: rent-controlled apartments, which none of them will get, and building more housing, which will take a lot of time. Not to mention the fact that the entire island is pretty much developed already. One of the most obvious out of a multitude of reasons why rent is so expensive in New York City is how difficult it is to evict someone, where the process can even take years to complete, which lowers the desire and increases the risk for landlords to rent to low-income workers because of the risk that comes along with it, like they might not get paid for years. But even though that and 1,000 other things would be considerably more effective, it's a whole lot easier for slop fingers to just say, "I'll stand with you for 5 weeks." But hey, who cares, right? I stand with Salami. Remain clueless.